I've seen him do this in my home growing up as he has led and pursued my mom, Rose, and as he has raised 3 daughters, which is not for the faint of heart. So for all of the girl dads out there, go you. And speaking of sisters, I want to take a moment to pause for a quick video.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, Dad. We are clearly still not in Branson and still at an airport and trying to get to you, but we're so sad we're not going to make it there to see you speak this afternoon. But we just want to send you this little message before you go on stage.
Yes, we wanted to let you know that we're so proud of you and we're rooting you on, and we're so excited to see what this year has in store for Lasting Work.
Yeah, you got it. Go
Yes.
crush it. Love you. Bye.
So the sweetest space that I've gotten to see my dad glorify God and love his people is right here. And I've gotten to witness that for so many years as he has poured into your lives, as he has been on the one-on-ones, done the trainings, been on the coaching platforms. I have gotten to see and witness that. He is one that calls out your strengths. He is one that inspires. He is one that will meet with you one-on-one. He loves to hear your heart and hear your story. And he always wants you to flow from your story to be successful in your business. He is one that also has had so much experience, life experience, but also experience in the industry that has just brought so much wisdom. And so today, I encourage you, as you hear my dad speak, to lean in, because he's about to drop some gold. I'm proud of you, Dad. I'm proud of you. And I love you. So, everybody rise to your feet. And give a big welcome to my dad.
Wow, how do you close? How do you close after an afternoon like this, huh? We have a special thing going on here, everybody. I told Joshua, I said, I don't know how I'm going to compose myself to actually get up and share. But I think it's fitting that we remind you again once more. The theme that Matt so aptly chosen for this weekend was marked for greatness. And all I can say about this weekend is just wow. How many of you have that emotion right now, like wow, right? What an incredible 3 days it's been. The energy and the passion in this room, the love, the care, the community. I want to pause for a moment and just say thank you to Matt Smith, Patty Askins, and the entire team behind them who put on this beautiful event for us. This is a first-class event, and give them a big round of applause. Thank you so much. And to my business partners, every one of you, you know who you are. Thank you so much for your leadership and your passion. And to you, our strategic partners, you may not hear us refer to you as our agents, because you're in business for yourself. We are in business together as strategic partners, and that's how we want to view you. And we appreciate the partnership. We say thank you for the partnership. Thank you for believing in this vision and this mission together that we've embarked on here at Lasting Mark. Your support means the world to me. It really does. This afternoon, as we close out this general session with just one final message for you, I want to remind you that this message and this weekend has been about identity, it's been about influence, and it's been about impact. And that reaches across everything that we do and everything that we touch. It's a message about why we are here. It's a message about why I am here. Because I want to remind you today, if you've not already heard it, that each and every one of you, whether you're a +1, whether you're a guest for the first time, whether you're an agent who's struggling to make it, or you're an agent who's winning all the cash like Elvira, it does not matter which one of you it is. I want to remind you that you have been marked for greatness. Too often people underestimate themselves. They let fear and doubt dictate their potential, but the truth is, inside of every one of us lies this extraordinary capacity for impact. The challenge isn't about whether we're capable of impact. The challenge is whether we will choose to believe it, whether we will choose to accept it, own it, and then step into it. That is the challenge. And I want you to ask yourself, am I prepared to step into the full impact of my life? I want to challenge you with that today. Rob Hodges, are you prepared, man, to step into the full impact of your life?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
God has put something inside of you that only exists in you. You are uniquely designed. This afternoon, I want to give you a roadmap as we close out. 3 essential steps to unlocking this full potential. And if you'll grasp these, and if you'll internalize them and commit to them, I believe that it will not just change your life, but it will also change the lives of everyone around you. So, firstly, guys, what do we have to do? We have to dream big. We have to dream big. There is power in vision. There is power in vision. Power in that vision. Proverbs 29:18, David wrote, "Where there is no vision, the people." Here's a truth for you personally, that I want you to understand. If you don't have vision for your life, you will live by default instead of by design. If you don't have vision for your life, you will live by default instead of by design. Walt Disney once said, "All dreams can come true if you have the vision to see it and if we have the courage to pursue it." Every great achievement, every pro athlete in the world, every business success story, every innovation, every breakthrough in technology, every life-changing impact moment, every prominent civilization and empire in human history began with a little glimmer in the heart of a person that was willing to see something beyond their current reality, something out there on the horizon, something out there that when someone comes along and lifts our head, when our head is down and we look, they point our head to the horizon. And those great achievements happen when this glimmer of fire, with this glimmer of hope, something that they could see bigger for themselves, Tony G. Out there on the horizon, something bigger. Everything in life was accomplished because of vision. But here's the truth. Dreaming isn't just for visionaries and world changers. It is for every person who wants to live a life on purpose. Every person. It's for every agent and every person in this room who wants to attain the life that they quietly desire, the quietly dream of, the life that they hope to build, the life that they imagine, if they could imagine with no limitations on what possibility could be. A life of impact, a life of meaning, a life that would be doing something great for their families and their communities so that they could achieve impact and leave their mark on the world. Every one of us has that quietly in here. And if I were to sit with you one-on-one, in about 20 or 30 minutes, that would start to come out. That would start to come out. But it's not the thing that we speak first, because sometimes they're deep down in here, right? I said once before, some of the biggest dreams in our heart and some of the biggest goals and aspirations that we have are never spoken for fear we might never attain them. But we need to speak that and let that vision be put out there to the world. I want to take you back 24 years ago to August of 2001. I was 32 years old, 56 now. You can do the math. And I had 2 little girls, those 2 beautiful ladies that just introed the video from an airport waiting area in Chicago trying to get here. They were just turning 5 and turning 7. Olivia was turning 5, Maddie was turning 7, and Ashlyn, the other one that was on this video, was not even born yet. My wife and I, Rose, packed up our lives and we moved to the United States from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, chasing a dream to start a business. Crazy dreamer. I started businesses before Hendo, and I failed in my first ones. But this one, I was pretty convinced we were going to have success in. And we were moving to the U.S. on a hope and a prayer, not much anything else, because we certainly didn't have any money. How many of you know people who try to start stuff and they're not even fully prepared? How many of you know that more people should probably try to start stuff before they're fully prepared, and most people outthink it and wait too long? Come on, anybody? Yes. Well, we didn't have a clear roadmap. There was no guarantee of success. There was no assurance. There was nothing assured us, no guarantees, but we had determination. Rosemary and I had each other. We had 2 little girls that were going to live with us wherever we went, so they just trusted us implicitly. The faith of a child to follow is an amazing thing, isn't it? And Rosemary and I had earned her trust. We were going to do this. It was the first business that we started here in the U.S. back in 2001. We launched into the advertising business and the Yellow Pages industry, and that proved out to be what I would call our proving ground. It taught us about resilience and about adapting and about pushing forward when things fell uncertain. I remember laying awake one night, however, before we moved at 3:30 in the morning, about 10 days before we were to move. And I woke up and fear had just gripped me. In my bed, I know exactly where I was, what the room felt like. I know exactly the furniture in that room. You see, what had happened was the house that we were supposed to close on and move into, the banks called us that afternoon and told us they were not going to approve our loan. And we were not able to move in. And the house that I was in, the house we were renting was gone. I had to be out in like 7 days. The kids were starting school in like 12 days or 10 days. We didn't know where they were going to go to school now because we didn't have a home anymore near the school that we were going to go to. Everything was like coming undone. And I was laying awake going, why are these obstacles hitting? Surely it must be God's will, right? Adversity and obstacles. When doors are closing, that must be God's sign that we're not meant to go. How many people believe that? How many people have seen that in their life and have said that? If doors are closing, that must mean it's God's will. Because if it was God's will, doors would open. Guys, you're not reading the same Bible I'm reading. If you're reading the Bible, because everybody in there had adversity. Everyone in there had adversity. Some of them were crucified upside down for their faith, for goodness sake. Joshua, right? Joshua and David, and you think about Moses, you think about all these people. They all had adversity. And here we were, and I was laying awake thinking, what's going to happen? What am I going to do? And I can remember my beautiful, sweet, gentle, trusting Rose laying next to me, trying to console me. And I just was consumed. I never experienced anything like that before in my life. It was almost like, I guess it was an anxiety attack. And I was a pretty confident guy. I was starting to have success. I pulled myself out from where we were. I was having success. I was feeling good. I felt like we could do this, but everything was hard. Nothing was working for us. And she was trying to console me. We had to let go of the house we were renting, and we were just days away. The first big obstacle hit, and I was asking myself, is this for us? All the questions, all the negative thoughts began to consume my mind. All of them. And now in this moment, without any notice, we didn't know where the kids were going to school. You see, what I didn't tell you was that there was a history of failure in the past that led to maybe a disbelief or doubt in the future. How many of you know that confidence is the memory of success, but fear is the memory of failure? And so when some of us can only look to failures in our past, it only provides fear in our future. And so I had an issue. You see, just a few years before that, I was trying to start another business and working a full-time job. Rosemary was at home with our 2 little girls. Olivia was just an infant, not even a year old. Maddie was about to turn 2. They were at home full-time. I was working a full-time job, trying to start another business, living on the west side of Toronto, one of the most expensive cities in North America, trying to figure out how to do this, and I was slowly going under because I wasn't making enough money at either one of them. and slowly became suddenly. How many of you know sometimes slowly you thinking, I can still pull out, oh crap, I'm crashing. Bam, and it just happens, right? Some of you felt that before, right? Slowly, then suddenly. And I had to call her dad. I had to call Chris, her father, my father-in-law, and I said, Dad, I call him Dad. I said, Dad, we're not going to make it. I'm losing. I'm drowning. I'm not paying my bills right now. I'm behind. I can't make my car payment. I can't make the rent. I've even got taxes due that I don't even know how much tax I have to pay. And I can't pay the rent next month. And I'm not going to make it, and I don't know what to do. And he so graciously and kindly and without judgment said, why don't you and Rose come and live with us? And you can live here as long as you need to until you get this figured out. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. How many people know that you need people like that in your life sometimes that just say, it'll be okay, right? It'll be okay. You know how hard that was to call up her dad and say, I'm letting you down on my promise to take care of your daughter? As a dude, that was hard. That was hard. No matter how hard I worked, it wasn't enough. But you know what I was telling myself? I wasn't enough. I wasn't enough. How many of you have tough times in your life? Or even now, as you're trying to make these bold steps, bold strides towards something better for you and your family, have that inner voice playing this negative loop of insufficiency that quietly lingers in there. You don't let it out. You don't let the people close to you know that it's there. You don't whisper it. You try not to give it life, but you hear it. You hear it. And the enemy of your soul is whispering defeat in your ear. You're not enough. You're not enough. You're not going to make it. You don't have what it takes. You never got the right degree. You didn't go to school. You don't look as good as. You don't speak right. You don't dress right. You got the wrong family. You weren't born in the right place. Everything is against me. Enemy of our soul, man, it wants to keep us down because inside he knows that the spirit that was put in us when we were born, when the life was breathed into us, was given to us by God, given to us by a creator who created us for something special. And the enemy of your soul wants to kill that. He doesn't want you unleashed to the world. I can't imagine a Tony G fully unleashed to the world, Tony. Let's go, man. God is calling you for something bigger, Tony. He's calling you for something bigger for your family. There's an impact that you have to make. There's kids that are watching you. And when you travel with them on those vacations and they see you working, they're looking at a dad who's fighting for his future. And they one day are going to look, and maybe one day they're going to be on a stage like this saying, I'm so glad Brian Askin stuck it out. I'm so glad my dad, Tony G, stuck it out. And today I sit on the end of this stage over here, and I'm honored as 26 years old because someone before me did something and stuck it out and did something so powerful that now I have a legacy to look at, and you paved the way for the people coming behind you. See, that's the kind of stuff that God has called us to. He's called us not to leave a legacy for people, but He's called us to leave a legacy in people. In people. But clearly you know the end of the story. I woke up that next morning. I did not die. I did not have a heart attack. I'm here. My wife is here. My one daughter's here. The other two are somewhere, either in the air or still in Chicago. They're in O'Hare, right? I don't know where. But here's what I will say to you, and I say this with full confidence, that adversities in your life are not meant to define you, but they are provided as an opportunity to refine you. Your dreams don't need permission to exist. They just need your belief and boldness to step forward. Are you prepared to step forward into your dreams? The power of vision. But belief alone is not enough. It requires clarity. Where are you going? What impact do you want to make? Because without clarity, even the biggest dream becomes distractions instead of a directions. Dreaming big also means you have to be willing to set goals and stretch beyond what you are today. You have to become something more to realize that thing that you can barely see, because from here to there, there's a distance and a ground you've got to cover, and you've got to become someone different to arrive there. But first, you've got to see it. Jim Collins, author of Good to Great, he says he calls these big, hairy, audacious goals. Have you ever heard that term? You got to set some BHAGs. Big, hairy, audacious goals so big that they make you nervous. They make you scared to even say them and speak them out loud because they're so big and ridiculous. Who's even going to believe me? That's crazy. I'm working this job. Can I do this? That's crazy. I'm struggling to get through my first year of Medicare. I can't see myself being a top producer yet. It's so far away. You need to set yourself some big, hairy, audacious goals. Here's a key takeaway for you. Dreaming big is not about wishful thinking, but it's about defining where you want to go, making a plan, finding a community that will support you in it, and believing in your ability to make it happen. You have been marked for greatness. Next, you must dare boldly. Dare boldly. There's power in action. Vision, now action. You must dare boldly. Be strong and courageous. Joshua 1:9. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua was given the command that he was supposed to go in and take the land and see the city and be the one to usher in the wandering Israelites out of the desert into the promised land. Moses was not going to get the honor of doing that. But Joshua, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. What do you mean, God? Isn't it your will? Isn't it your anointing of my life? Doors should open. They should have it all laid out for me. We should just be able to walk in there. Oh no, it's going to be hard. How many of you know success is hard? How many of you know success is not just hard, it's hard right now and I'm feeling it right now. I'm trying to struggle. How many of you know this? Yeah? You heard Jonathan up here saying, telesales is hard. Medicare, you need a special degree, right? And apparently the annuity division are speaking another language. We'll just leave that there. Dreams without actions are just wishes, ladies and gentlemen. To make them real, you must dare boldly. You must take steps that scare you and push you and stretch you beyond what's comfortable. But let me warn you, when you dare boldly, you will encounter resistance. Fear will whisper, what if you fail? People will say, why would you take that risk? Most people fail. But let me remind you of the words of Teddy Roosevelt. It is not the critic who counts. Not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man and woman who are actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without erring and shortcoming, but who strives to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasm, the great devotions, and who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best, in the end of the triumph of high achievement, knows that triumph, or who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory or defeat. No better words were ever spoken. Be strong and courageous, Joshua. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. How do we move through these things? How do we move through these moments of uncertainty? How do we navigate these adversities? You see, you need a different perspective. You can't get there by yourself. How many of you know sometimes we're stuck in our own place and we're against a wall and all we can see is the dang wall? Right? We've been there looking at a wall and everybody else is back here going, why is he so close to that dang wall? Why didn't he back up? He could walk around over here. There's a set of stairs over there. Life is a little different in a different perspective. You need a different perspective. From an outside source, you see, not everyone has your exact position. They don't see the obstacles the way you do. And if you stop and look around, God has already put people in your life right now. Maybe some of them are in this room. Maybe some of them are at home. Maybe some of them are your Chris McConvilles, your father-in-law, your mother-in-law, or someone like that in your life who is there already for you to give you fresh eyes. For me at that moment, I reached back out to my father-in-law in that moment. Several years years had gone by. We had found success. I had made my way. I was prepared to step into the U.S. now and start this business. And so I went back to the well of someone who had my back before. And I said, Dad, I don't know what to do. Will you go to Kentucky with me? We don't have a home to live in as of yesterday. I don't know where the girls are going to go to school. And your daughter needs security. If anyone knows, Rosemary needs security. She doesn't like insecurity. Like lots of security, lots of knowing what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, and we're okay. And get all of her questions answered. And I got you, babe. Everything's going to be fine. Whew, okay. As long as we're doing this together, I believe in you. I trust you. And I called her dad and I said, would you go with me? He drove the next day. We got in a car. We drove 10 hours. To Louisville, Kentucky from Mississauga, Ontario, and we spent the next 3 days looking for a house, looking at the market, talking about this opportunity. And at the end of that 3 days, we sat in a little Holiday Inn in Jeffersonville, Indiana, right across the river from Louisville, and we were looking out the window at the side of a building because the money we had didn't pay for the nice view over the river, but we were looking at the side of another building. How many of you know we're in a nice place, but I'm looking at a wall still, right? You go to a resort and you're hoping to get a nice one and you're looking at like the side of the trash and a pipe. That's what we were looking at. He was sitting on the bed. I was sitting on the bed. I said, Dad, I don't know what to do. And he thought about it. He's a wise man. He's a very wise man. Doesn't say a lot, but when he says it, it's important. I should probably learn some more from him. And he said this. He said, Roger, you have something in your heart. You have a passion that you're trying to chase. And he said, if I was to tell you not to go and give you that advice, he says, I think it would be the wrong advice. He said, even though I don't want you to leave and take my 2 grandbabies away, move to another country to start something, even though I don't want you to do that, they came over every Wednesday to see us. We went to their house every Sunday, just like clockwork, the support. He said, even though I don't want you to go, he said, I would be holding you back. And he said, I think you should give this at least a couple of years and try it. And he said these words to me, what is the worst that can happen? He said, if it doesn't work out, you can move back. You can live with us till we figure it out. That's what you should do. You should lean in and go for it. And boy, it was like oxygen to my soul. Like it came into my soul. I'm like, that's all I need. I just needed someone to speak life into me. How many of you know that you just need someone to speak that little word of life into you, Amy? Says, you got this. I believe in you and I will stand with you. And if it's hard, it's okay. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're not going to die. There'll be a place to sleep. You'll wake up tomorrow. We'll figure it out. If you just keep moving forward, things will work out. How many of you have been around Brian Askins long enough to know when things get tough around Brian? Brian said this to our leadership team. Guys, when things get tough, we just keep moving forward. Things always will work out. Brian, thank you for that. That's wise wisdom to our team and many people. If you stop and look around, God has put those people in your life. The encouraging, wise words from someone else that I knew cared about me was all I needed. If you're in this room or if you're sitting with someone who invited you in this industry to attend this event, encouraged you in this business or in the pursuit of whatever you're doing right now, can you turn to them right now where you are? If they invited you, say, thank you for seeing something in me. Can you do that? Just take a minute. Look at some of those people. If whoever invited you, if you're not sitting next to them, but they're at their other table, thank you for seeing something in me. For some of you, after this meeting is over, you're going to need to go make a phone call. For some of you, you're going to need to text somebody and shoot them a text and say, hey, thanks for seeing something in me. Don't pull back from these people, because when the pressure's on, lean into them. Failure happens, ladies and gentlemen, in isolation. Success happens in community. Lean into the community and you will become strong. From the wisest man who was said to have walked the earth, King Solomon said this in Ecclesiastes 4:12. Though one may be overpowered, 2 can defend themselves, but a cord of 3 strands is not easily broken. Guys, with that encouragement and in the face of adversity, I stepped into that decision. I moved forward and I found myself in a place that I never thought I would be in. Maybe some of you are here today and you're in this place hoping that this is the right place. Maybe you struggled in your job and career and you're on your 2nd, 3rd, or 4th one, or you're on your 2nd, 3rd, or 4th insurance group and you're trying to figure out how can you change your life.
Perhaps you've tried several careers that didn't work out. But I want to let you know that there is a glimmer of hope still in you. And if you're here, I know that it's here because you made the decision to be here. Here's what I can tell you. I cannot guarantee your success because you are here. I cannot. But what I can guarantee you that I know to be true from my own experience is that when you refuse to settle and you get really clear about the life you want and you lean into growth and the wise and supportive relationships around you and you step into the uncomfortable, that's when the greatness inside of you starts to take shape. Daring boldly also means being willing to fail forward. To fail forward. You're going to fall down, but get up. Key takeaway for you on this. You will never achieve greatness inside of your comfort zone. It'll never happen. The risk of staying still is far greater than the risk of stepping forward. You have been marked for greatness. Lastly, you got to do great things. The power of legacy. You've got to do great things. It's not enough to dream big. It's not enough to dare boldly. You must also be committed to doing great things. It's the highest calling in your life and the relentless pursuit of this that will leave a lasting mark on this world, because greatness is not measured by personal success, but by the impact that you make on others. Let your light so shine before men that they might see your good works and glorify the Father which is in heaven. What? I'm supposed to step into my light? What? I'm supposed to shine my light? I'm supposed to let people see my light? No, I'm supposed to be a humble, meek Christian. I'm supposed to just do stuff over here on secret and hand $5 in the plate and slip someone $5 here when no one's looking, and that's what God's called me to do. No, it says right here in Matthew 5:6, he's quoting Jesus. Let your light so shine before men. Guys, you can't shine a light when men and women cannot see it. If you make that light shine brightly, they're going to see it. But the purpose is to do what? So they may see your good works and do what? Glorify the Father which is in heaven, which is a direct reflection of your Creator being shown to the world. The impact maker, the guy who loved the most, who did the most, who gave the most. He wants you to reflect that back to the world. Dan Rooney called it the echo effect. Echo. What echo is your life leaving? Do great things. The power of legacy at lasting mark. We are building an impact machine. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? I can feel it. I can feel it. Oh, I can feel it. When Chris walks up here with leader hosing on, you know there's something going on. Right? Holy cow. Guys, we are creating a culture of impact. We are building an impact community that's different than any other organization in the industry. I can see it. It's a movement that's starting to take place, and we are inviting like-minded people just like you and people around you that are not in this room, but that you have spoken to, that you're breathing life into, that you're touching, that you can connect with, who want to be a part of this, who want to do the same with their life. We are calling each one of you to do something bigger. This is more than just money for me. It has to be more than just money for me. It has to be about impact. And we are calling you to one of the most noble and biggest pursuits of your life. And I want to remind you that we're not inviting you to do this alone, but we are inviting you to do it with us. Will you come and help us make an impact in this world? We are inviting you into this with us. John Maxwell said, 1 is too small a number to achieve greatness. We are designed to thrive in community, to push each other forward, and to challenge each other to be better. You see, the power of legacy comes through connection. It comes through contribution, and it comes through continuity. Connection, who are you surrounding yourself with? That matters. You will rise and fall based on the strength of your community. If you hang around with 10 dummies, you're 9 dummies, you're going to be the 10th one. Was that dummies? Dummies? Contribution. The measure of your greatness is not on what we take from this world, but what we give to it. Are you pouring into others? Are you using your influence to uplift and empower? And lastly, continuity. Legacy is about what continues beyond you. Beyond you. A truly great life is not just about success in the moment. It's about ensuring the impact carries forward into generations And guys, we're already seeing generations starting to form right here on the stage. So proud of you, Emma. Whenever I see you post, I'm like, go girl. These two are fighting for you over here, cheering you on. They got you. And I know your story. And there is a great big world out there waiting for the full force of Emma to be unleashed on it. Because there's something inside of you, Emma. Guys, think about the ripple effect. When we serve one client, we don't just provide a policy. You protect them, you protect their family, you give them peace of mind. When you mentor one agent and develop one leader, you don't just change their career, you influence the trajectory of their life and change their family's future. That's what we're doing here, and great things look like this. It's about impact, it's about legacy. Mother Teresa, do you think when she gave herself in full servitude that she was looking for international accolades? No, but it happens, and the ripple effect of how many people she influenced and impacted around this world because of her service to others is unmatched. People who had dreams and visions for something as dumb as a phone like this, an iPhone that we all have. You think Steve Jobs, when he started this business, could see what this is today, but out there on the horizon, he saw something bigger, and it lasted well beyond him. You see, the essence of greatness is not just success, it's about sustained significance. What are you doing with your life for sustained significance? Greatness and legacy are not solitary pursuits. I'm going backwards. Greatness is found in the courage to serve and the humility to lift others up and the vision to leave something behind that outlives you. What will people say about you when you're gone? We just celebrated and honored some people that were in our community. And just a few days before, they did not know those were their last. And I honor you, sister, for being here, making this trip, and honoring us with your presence. Thank you. When I saw the news, I was shocked. I did not know your sister personally, but she was on our Zooms. I had conversations with her virtually, and she did have life. She was going places, and she did make an impact. But guys, we don't know when our last day is coming. So what are we working for? Is it for the Lambo? Is it for the boat that's going to sit in the water when you're gone without you driving it? Are those fun things to have? Absolutely. You see, what I think about when I think of a boat is I think about all the family and the friends that I can put in the boat to enjoy in the boat while I'm with my family and friends. Yeah? Your legacy isn't just about what you achieve, it's about who you help, how you inspire, and the lasting impact of your choices. You see, some of you in this room are going to build incredible businesses. Others will mentor the next generation of leaders. I was reminded of that when we had the two pianos on our stage last night, the dueling pianos, and people were coming out of the crowd and showing their talents, and Vernon came up and played those ivory keys, and he was so good. And we had Carrie come up and sing the national anthem. How good was that? I mean, that was phenomenal. You see, some of you are going to touch people, and inside of a room just this big, there is so much talent and so much potential. Others will mentor this next generation. Some of you will change lives by simply being present, by listening, by showing up when it matters most. And all of that is greatness in action. And if you ever doubt your ability to leave a lasting impact, remember this. You don't have to change the whole world to leave a legacy. You just have to change someone's world. That's right. Greatness isn't about what you accumulate. It's about what you contribute. You have been marked for greatness. I would like Rose and Olivia to come back up just real quick. Come on up here to the stage. I was going to do this, and I guess they found out, and then they decided to send me a video that I didn't know they were doing, so I was going to surprise them, and now they surprised me, and it got us off track. This is my family. This is my bride, my beautiful, sensitive, caring, trusting Rose. My vivacious Ashlyn over here in the red, she always wonders, how can I pop in the photo? She always figures it out. Maddie at the top, who worked for us for 7 years. Paul, who just got into the business, who lost his own dad just a few years ago after they were married, an only child. And now our little grandson, Alden, who's the life of the party. Whenever we're there, he gets everyone's attention. He was born on our anniversary, so we lost our anniversary until he's at least about 20. Right? These are the people that I love the most. These are the ones that I'm fighting for, and I'll continue to fight for. These are the ones that I want to be an example to. These are the ones that are the most precious, beautiful people to me. I've been entrusted with them for their care, and I don't just want to leave a legacy for them, I want to leave a legacy in them. They have supported me and cared for their mother and me in ways that I can't even describe, and I'm so proud of them. And I hope you watch this video later. Girls, I know you got to see it live, Olivia, but this message was for you. This message was for you guys. I'm proud of you for who you're becoming. Can't wait to see all the wonderful things in your life and to be a part of it. And to see you reach your full potential as you unleash that greatness inside of you. Because I know there's impact inside of you that the world is waiting for you to step into with your own light. And I want you to hear me say that today. Always dream big. Always dare boldly. Always do great things because you have been marked for greatness. Greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, the momentum is rising. Faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase, Martin Luther King once said. Momentum is rising. We've started something here. A match has been struck. A fire has been lit. I was so honored to sit in the fire pit outside last night with about 15 men, sitting around talking, smoking cigars, laughing, sharing stories. Hunter was there. Sam was there. Michael Bond was there with his cigars. You were so kind to hand those out. Tony Gossert was there. And I'm looking around, and I'm honored to be in their presence. And I said a prayer to myself when I went to my room. I said, thank you, God, for bringing these good people around us. You are putting people in our path. You are putting the Tony G's who showed up in our path. You are putting the Rob Hodges in our path. You are putting great people in our path. You are putting the Tommy G's in our path. You are surrounding us by people who want to make a difference in the world, and I'm honored that you've chosen to be here with us. We have struck a match. We have struck a match. The fire is lit, Caroline Tricarton. It's lit, and it's burning. My challenge to you is, what do you see on the horizon for you, and how does that match with what we're doing here at Lasting Mark, Casey and Lee? You guys are building something special and big, man. Your news was so welcome and so comforting. And I'm so excited about your miracle. Guys, we are a community in this together. And I just want to know if you are willing to take these next steps with us. I want to know if you feel that. I want to know if you believe that. I want you to stand to your feet right now, and I want you to look at the person next to you. Look to your right or left. I don't care which way you look. I want you to look somewhere and say, I believe in you. Say it out loud. Say, I believe in what's possible for you. I want you to say, you've got this. And I want you to say, we've got you. So ladies and gentlemen, I charge you to dream big. I charge you to dare boldly. And I charge you to do great things. Push through every obstacle. And remember, you have been marked for. Thank you very much.